Hi friend, I hope you're doing well. I can see you're particularly radiant today. Just thought you needed to know that. We're going to be playing with a lot of newness today. I just can't get over the fact that we're only at the beginning of the year. I mean, it is March now, but there's just so much newness. I got the new Estée Lauder Double Wear Foundation. You can see this little one. I got the 15ml portion because I grabbed the sample before and I really liked it. So I thought I'll grab the 15ml before I change my mind. If I do really like this one, I'll go for the larger size. And also MAC has came out with these new liquid eyeshadows. I believe you can use these on the face as well. They're called the Multisculpt Matte. I got 2 shades. Charlotte Tilbury has re-released her Beauty Soulmate face palette. I had a look over there because my box is over here. I got 2 because honestly I can't decide which of the colorway I like. And Mercier has surprisingly came out with their new blushes here in Australia first. However, I only got 1 shade because out of the range I only found this one appealing. I got the shade in Apricot. And Makeup Forever released these new color resist color pencils. I got 4. I actually forgot I got 2 of them, which is the darker shade, and I just received these 2 lighter shades today. To start off, I don't want to waste my sample, so I'm grabbing the Estée Lauder foundation, new Double Wear foundation. The shade I have here is in Alabaster 0 and 1. So I have the sample of this one and I've been using the sample for a very long time. I've been really liking it. For this foundation, I haven't tried the original, so I don't know how the original works, but this newly reformulated, I found it to be really, you can see it's easy to blend even though it's double wear, but I find it to be still easy to blend on the skin. The finish on the skin is really smooth and it has a blurring effect as well, which is one real appealing point for me. It blurs on the skin, it gives your skin this effortless look. Almost looks invisible in my opinion, which I believe is very different to the original Double Wear. Right now that is a very thin layer on the skin. If I were just to wear this Double Wear as a tint, this is the layer I'll go by. If you do have any dryness on your skin, this foundation will not hide it. For example, right now on my eye here, I do have a little bit of scabby of the skin, and I feel that this foundation does not really, it does not accentuate, but it doesn't really camouflage it. I like to go in with a little bit more just on the center of the face there. In terms of longevity for this foundation, I do need to powder if I were to have a full day in the office for it to stay. But if I were to be at home, this foundation, this kind of coverage is what I'm comfortable with. And throughout the day, this foundation just sits so perfectly on the skin. It doesn't go overly oily, it doesn't go drying out my skin as well, even in the air conditioning environment of the office. So that's why I've been really liking this foundation and thinking of grabbing the actual kind of half size sample. This is also really cute. I'm not sure if going forward I like this kind of sizing in foundations because it's just economical. I mean, for me personally, with the amount that I use, I can never go through a foundation, and if foundations come in this size, I just find it to be really appealing. So that's one layer of the foundation on the skin. Now when I grabbed the sample, I actually got 2 shades. I got the 0 and 1 Alabaster, and I got the next neutral shade up, which is 1 and 0. I'm not sure of the name, the lady didn't write the name, but this is the shade comparison. 0 and 1 and 1 and 0. For the skin, I want to go in with a little bit of contour, so I'm using this new one, new to me, and this is the Espoir Be Glow Stick Shading. I got the shade in Cool, 1C Cool. Been using this one because it's super easy. The only thing with this product is the packaging is hard to open. For this foundation, I said before, I do need to powder. So first, underneath the eye area, I've been really loving this Laura Mercier Secret under eye powder. I got the shade in Translucent. The only thing is the packaging, again, it pours out a lot of product, so you do need to be careful. Even though I've sealed off half of the holes here, the holes are too big basically. But with a small fluffy brush, just brushing this underneath the eye area and also along the brow bone. It will set your foundation or concealer, but without creating a flat matte finish. That's why I've been really liking this. Almost has a tad highlighting effect or brightening effect to this powder. The other parts of the face, I'll be using my Clé de Peau loose powder. We're going into the eyes first, which means I'll first do my brows and prime the eyes, and I'll be back. We're back and we're starting off with the MAC Multisculpt Matte. I got two shades, as I said, Brule and Buffed Up. These two I got with the intention of using these as eyeshadows, but I believe you can use these on the face as well as a highlight or contour. And I believe you don't need a primer with these because they're really long lasting. But I still prime my eyes because my eyes just get oily and I just need security. So what I like to do with these two shades is, the Brule is definitely a beautiful base, all over base shade, but I found as an everyday kind of easy throw on shade, I mixed them two together. And that's what I'm doing right now on my hand. And with these products, you do need to blend fast, apply fast and blend fast as well. So what I'll do with this color right here is them to mix together, and this basically creates the perfect all over kind of shading color for my eyes. One finger to apply and the other finger to blend out. And I like to go from the hand as a palette to the eyes next, because this product is very pigmented. If I go straight onto the eyes with my fair skin, it will just look really stark. Hence why it's just easier to control the product and the application when it's on my hand as a palette first. Right now it has set, and this will not budge on the eyes. Because it has set on my hand here, you can't wipe it off with the tissue, so I do need to go to the bathroom and properly wash this before I can go in with another swatch of the eyeliners. Now we're on to the new Makeup Forever Aqua Resist Color Pencils. I have 4 here, swatches as well. I have to read them off the pencil and they're always so small. The darkest one here is Limitless Brown. The second one is Total Bronze. And then 2 lighter shade. The matte lighter shade is called Boundless Bisque. And the shimmery one, I'm so sorry, the light is going in and out. The shimmery one is called Bubbly Sand. So these are the 4 shades. I'm grabbing Limitless Brown and I'm using this as an eyeliner shade. I do need to concentrate when I do my eyeliner. Eyeliner and eyebrows is 2 of my makeup applications that I really need to concentrate on. And I do know the Color Resist line from Makeup Forever is really long lasting, but it still applies pretty easily. When it comes to wing with a pencil liner, you always need to finesse the tip of the wing so that it is sharp. Using a touch of Bubbly beige on the inner lower lash line as a highlight. Now grabbing Boundless Bisque, and I'm going to be applying this on top of the wing, on the outer corners of the eyes. I saw this on a girl when I was riding the metro, and she had a really simple eye with basically just one wash of color, eyeliner, and a touch of beige right on top. And I just thought that looked so kind of chic but effortless as well. So I really want to try that today. So just a touch of beige on top of the eyeliner, just like that. And it kind of almost creates a contrasting of eyeliner. And I guess that's how I felt it just looks so cool and polished at the same time. You do need to clean off your pencil after doing it because you're mixing the two colors together. I just thought it was a really kind of different concept of eyeliner. Just finishing off the eyes with some mascara. I was swatching the blushes and something really exciting came. I'll share that in just a tick. So first we'll be looking at the Laura Mercier, her new blush. Looks like this in the pan. So there is two sections. The top one has a little bit of sparkle in it. The bottom is matte. The shade I have here is called Apricot. And here's a swatch of Apricot. Let me just have a look. So on the very far side, this is the matte shade. This one has that hint of sparkle, and this is where both of them is mixed together. In terms of seeing the sparkles with the naked eye, with this lighting you can't see it as much, but there is a little bit of sporadic kind of sparkle in that top shade. But when you mix it together and you tap it off with the brush, it's almost kind of invisible because that sparkly shade is just to create a luminescent finish on the cheeks. And if you're wondering what are these swatches here, the re-release of the Charlotte Tilbury Soulmate face palettes. I have two, the Flawless Pink and Rosewood. This is just beautiful packaging. It almost makes you feel like a Barbie using this because first of all, the shape of it is beautiful, and this little crystal on top, so pretty. Inside the product looks like this, Flawless Pink. And of course with Rosewood, the little crystal on top, different color. Here is Rosewood. The reason I can't pick between the two is because Rosewood is kind of like your everyday blushing color, but Flawless Pink I feel is kind of that special occasion poppy pink on the cheeks. And here are the swatches. This side is Flawless Pink and these two is Rosewood. And the exciting product that just arrived, I got the new Sisley highlighter, which is the Le Cordy highlighter in the shade Golden. So it's the newly released highlighter. The palette got me. I basically saw the palette and I thought I had to get it because it's so beautiful. I mean, I can't say no to it. I don't know who can, but absolutely immaculate. And after I actually saw this highlighter, I thought of the Sisley blushes as well. They're blushes which was released yonks ago, but it's still the perfect kind of blush formula and shade. I had to grab it again. this is the shade in Rose 2. This is just the highest point of makeup creation. The design of the palette, the colors of the shades here, perfection basically for makeup in general. Hence why I had to grab it again and swatching it on my hand. Right here is the highlighter. It's definitely very golden, but the formula is just absolutely smooth. It looks in the pan beautiful and it swatches beautifully as well. The blush and the highlighter. Oh, just having this in my collection makes me feel so happy. Onto the blush. For my cheeks today, I'll be using the Mercier blush in the shade Apricot. And I know you can kind of tap in different shades in here, but for me personally, I just go in the middle and get a bit of both of the shades. And it is very pigmented, so you do need to prepare. I go in with a fluffy brush like this, so I don't pick up too much product. And of course you need to tap off. And I like to just dab it on my hand here, because this range of Mercier blushes, it is extremely pigmented in color. So you do need to go in with a light hand. And talking about this range, there is a very wide color spectrum in terms of blush colors, so catering towards different skin tones. There is one shade within this range that I'm really interested in, which is called Passion Fruit. So if I were to rank, I want to try Passion Fruit first, then Apricot, but Apricot was, Passion Fruit is not available when it's released here. So I went in with my second option, which is Apricot. So that is Apricot on the cheeks here. It does have that luminous finish with a touch of sparkle. For the lips, I initially wanted to leave it bare, but I thought I'll put a touch of oil on it, tinted oil. So I'm using the new as well, Fresh Sugar Treat Lip Oil in the shade Rose. And this is my finished look for the day. I'll say this is very clean and polished with a touch of edge because of that beige eyeliner. If you guys made it this far with me, please do like down below, and I do want to catch up next time, so do subscribe down below as well. I know there's a lot of products today that I didn't use on my face, so if you guys are interested, comment that down below as well, especially that Sisley blush and highlighter. I still have the swatches on my hand here because it's just so pretty. If you guys want me to demo those in the next video, I might do like kind of my expensive looking bougie makeup look with those products. So let me know down below. Thank you guys so much, and until next time, remember, beauty radiates from within. Hence, you're beautiful. Bye.